So Lucifer fell from heaven up above, the literal land. He was up there. He was supposed to lead worship to God. Like that's what his job is. He just got tired of doing it. And it's not that he was trying to be better than God, because he didn't say that I will ascend above the stars of heaven and God. He said I will ascend above the stars of God, not God. He already knew that he couldn't match that. But he did say I wanted to be like God. And that would mean an equal to. Who else is like God? Well, Michael is who is like God. And Michael's the one that stands up in the end. But he's withheld for 21 days. But when Satan wanted to be God, or Lucifer, sorry, the son, because you got the Father, the Mother, and the Son, which in one of the ways that the world will show you, they would definitely split it up as 3 different individual people, because you'll have the Father and the Son and then the Holy Spirit representing the feminine side, the woman, like the Mary. And then you got Mary and Joseph. But was that the same as Adam and Eve? Were they twins? Were they brother and sister as well? Because when you know, the first people, Adam and Eve, so you got a male and female, they have to have kids. And then the kids have kids. So it's like at some point, once the parents have the boy and the girl, then eventually when the boy gets older, then the boy Valentine's with his mother, and then they have a child. And then that's uncovering the nakedness of his father because he slept with his mother. And then they have a child, which would be, let's say if it was a girl, then it would be the brother's daughter, but the mother, and then the mother's brother. It starts to get really confusing when it gets mixed so many times. And I believe that's what the Nephilim race is. And then somewhere along the lines, you were able to separate the bloodline where it doesn't mix up with your DNA. Because I'm sure there's a lot of there's birth defects because of it. But that's the race that is in charge of the planet. And they can do whatever they want to do with the planet. They can literally blow it up. Now I remember in Daniel when the king was hasty about his decree, and Daniel's like, well, let me interpret it. And he's like, you got 1 day. Remember, the people that know that we're living in these days right now, and you're part of the group that's the 450, and you know you are not God's children because you'll scratch your face after you say it. You'll make it clear in the language and then deny every moment of it and call someone insane because they can see straight through the BS. So I've learned to get past that part and just keep talking, and keep exposing it, and keep saying whatever it is, and if it's wrong, I'll figure it out later. But it's just a revelation of things. When you talk out loud, I teach myself. It's not just about what people are thinking, what they're listening to. I'm teaching myself all the time. Because I need to be able to think things through, but to talk them out loud is very beneficial. That's probably one of the reasons why I continued to talk, because I felt when I first did it, and I did a 33-minute video because I let my phone record all the way to the very end, and I started getting called a Mason, but I never swore to secrecy. So, am I 33 degrees? Yep. Yeah, I know the secrets without being a part of it. And they're facts. So I recorded for 33 minutes and it became therapeutic, and I realized that it felt good to do that, and I kept doing it. And then now over this past year I realized even more that I keep teaching myself as I say it. And for those that want to hear it, then hopefully it helps you too. And if you don't want to hear it, I still wouldn't understand why you were watching or listening to my channel. But because I do understand, it means an assignment. It means you're assigned. And or you can just be guided by the spirit of Satan with anger and hatred because you're judging me. Look at them in your mirror at yourself and judge yourself. And then when you're done judging yourself, beating yourself up all the time, then stop judging other people. And when you start to stop judging other people and catch your thoughts, because you know that it's really just you as the vessel, Christ, Satan in your vessel. It's you, the vessel, but those two are whispering in your spirit. One of them might be screaming. Christ is never yelling. He's always just, he's there if you want to hang out. But you ultimately just hate, so you judge other people. Stop judging other people, you'll start to stop judging yourself. If you can watch yourself judge other people, I guess maybe that's when you'll stop. So when I watched my videos from before and I play them back, even sometimes recently, I just get caught in the moment and then I just flow with it, and it doesn't matter how it comes out. But hindsight, I tweak it a little. You know, I could have been a little nicer. I could have said I could have used a different word there. I don't have to be so aggressive on that part. But it's only when you see yourself acting like a fool, sounding like an idiot, then that's when you start chastising yourself. And then your words will be heard from that moment on. But when you let that jealousy rule you, because it is jealousy. For those that are on the inside and you have an army of people that collaborate with, and you just shut people down, like you get them off YouTube, you're able to get rid of them. You're able to pound them to the dirt, troll them to death. They cave, fold, and quit. How many people have you guys done that to? Well, I know one person you didn't do it to. So therefore, there would be a little bit of jealousy, because it's an envy. You couldn't stop somebody from doing it. But you, oh, don't worry, Rob. We're going to stop you. Because when you're done YouTube, guess what? It's going to come to real life. And you're going to see us face to face. And you know that beheading that you were talking about? Yep, you're number one on our list. So don't think that I don't understand the magnitude of what can happen if the wrong people are in charge, the ones that are giving the authority to go and do so. Man, I'll tell you, if I haven't changed Kleck's heart, I am screwed. In every which way. But that's just the facts. It's just the truth. That's what it is. It's something you could fear it. If you didn't have faith in God, I guess you would fear it. So my faith is that strong that Satan's mouthpiece on earth has a change of heart. And it has to do with me talking nonstop and exposing everything and them knowing it. And some subs understand it, most don't, and it's free will. You have a right. That's the part about my channel you might appreciate, because if you decided to speak your mind, yeah, you would go through the same thing I go through. Sure, you'll have trolls coming after you, attacking you, trying to shut you up, throw death threats at you, make videos about you, gang stalk you, make it known that they're right there watching your every move, and then hearing all the conspiracies on YouTube about what they do and how they torture people. But that's only if you're from the inside and you're a snitch. It's way different being me. And that's why your bosses have appreciated my work that follows me, that they've been paying attention to. That's why they can see and you can't. Because they are the gods that sent the strong delusion over your eyes. And that's perfectly fine. It's how it's supposed to be. I no longer get angry about it. I may still get disgusted with liars. Again, that'll never leave. But I also have to remember that, well, you're believing the lie, and it's the PR that have done it to you. And it serves a good cause also. Because it's all about the witnesses. Everybody that's witnessed my channel and is an agent from the inside, or even just a low-level troll, you're not highly trained yet, but you're working on it, and there's like degrees of masonry, and that's all true too. But yous are all witnesses to this channel, and whatever's going to happen with it, I mean, that second 9/11 in Philly, that's the one thing that I can think of that, how can I get people's attention? Because you know that I'm not from the inside, but you don't know the second 9/11's happening in Philadelphia. Some do, but I don't think too many of them. I don't think the ones that are put in charge, like YouTube, the 30-day decree where we're at now, I don't really think that you guys really know too much about the second 9/11. But I could be wrong. Something's going to happen where it's not going to just be it's not going to just be that my channel gets shut off and I disappear and that's it. And there's your reward. That could happen, because it's going to happen for everybody, but being back up 3 days later, because the plan is to shut everything down, and then after the 3 days, the Antichrist system is going to rise up and take over. The only way to show that the change of heart to Satan's mouthpiece on earth would be to put the truth back up. And everybody that's behind the scenes, the house of Israel, the house of Judah, the 12 tribes, they all know that the plan was to eliminate all the truth, and then all of a sudden, everybody that was planned to continue with their channels and everything, then all the truth channels came back up. And there's only probably one, maybe, that lasted all the way to the end. But there may be a few others that are still, you might not do videos every day. And yeah, I guess that's part of the qualifications that I didn't realize until recently, that for those that are involved in this, from whenever the day started, could have started 6/11/2017, because all this 9/11 talk, 6/11 up till January 11th, 2020. That would be 3.5 years. That would be 42 months. January 11th is a pretty good solid date. 1/11/2021, when it all began. 1/11/2011. 2011 was the year of the rapture. So And it's been 10 years now that Derek's tired of paying people's bills. And he even said, what happens if you've been paying people's bills for a decade and all of a sudden you stop paying them? Will they still love you? Well, of course not, Derek. They're going to leave. They're all going to be scattered from you. They're going to be mad. I never received $1 from you, so I'll still treat you the same, even though I know you run the planet and you're in charge of all the gang stalking in America, because you've been given that authority, and then you're getting ready to pretend you're giving authority to somebody else, but they don't know better. So if you don't know better, you're going to get tricked. I've definitely been tricked many times, but the more I talk, the more revelation keeps coming. So I'm just going to keep talking. It must suck for the people that are assigned to my channel. They have to continually listen to me all the time, even though it doesn't suck for you at all, because you know damn well that I help you sometimes. Sometimes certain things pop in your head like, oh man, why? Maybe I should just take the mask off. You know what? I'm just taking the mask off. I don't care if Robin's the one that is encouraging me and I'm a troll and I hate him, but you know what? Let me just try this and see if it works. Wow. Oh my God. Yeah, that person isn't even looking at me. I think he is, but no, it's just me looking at myself. No, I'm judging myself because why am I putting the mask on again? Who did tell me to do that? Man, Ron, I'll tell you what. I mean, I can't stand you, but you did give some good advice. Because I'm assigned to listen to your channel. You piss me off when you freaking make more than one video a day. I gotta stop what I'm doing, and even if I try to fast forward it to 2.0, you'll say something that will catch my attention and I'll have to stop, rewind it, play it in slow motion. You take up all my time, Robin. And that's what I did to Satan on earth and all of the people around him, because something resonates with you, which may not resonate with other people, but something else I says resonates with them, and then the ones that have eyes to see, everything I say resonates with you because you understand it. And you know that I'm picking up on it more and more. And once you know the truth, who can possibly try to get over on you? I mean, you can say like, hey, Robin, all right, fine, look, come on, let's go to High Mountain. And now you know that you can jump off this mountain here. And I mean, you'll have a parachute, but just know this, that even you know, you have to jump off here. Don't worry, the angels will catch you. Oh man, just make sure that clip is up, right side up, not right side down. So that would be a matter of trust. Are you trusting what the person is telling you, or are you still being tricked? Because what if you bounce? Huh? What if it's electronically controlled for it to go off at a certain point to malfunction until you have like 8 seconds to hit the ground, and then it'll do that. Because we know that because of the algorithm and the beast system, we'll know that you'll hit the ground, but you'll still live, but you'll be damn sure messed up. So it's not a matter of fear jumping off a cliff with a parachute. It's a matter of trust, really. Do you trust it? I'd have to say, wait a minute, let me switch. Let's switch parachutes real quick. No, give me yours and you take mine. All right, yep, here. And it's, oh shit, we gotta program it to Johnny's one now. But I have a feeling that Johnny jumped off and accepted the offer from Satan, the spirit itself, because whatever it was that he did, he got recognized for his work. Just like Christ gets recognized for his work. He's the one that rises up from the dead. Lucifer's the one that wants to do it better than God, but his initial role was to be the lead worshiper in heaven. And just like that prodigal son that went and came back, he didn't do what his father said, but then he came back and did do. And then the kid that was always there doing was getting mad because of that. But the father said that, well, you know, you're supposed to rejoice, son. You were always doing right. You never needed to go you weren't led astray. Your brother was, and he was lost, and now he's found. So why wouldn't you throw a feast for that brother? Why are you hating on him? And that's the problem. People judging each other. And lack of understanding, and a cold heart, and a hot iron seared your conscience. And Hitler raised up a lot of people. He created his own race, the blonde hair, blue eye race. But that's what Satan's purpose is to lead worship in heaven. So that's why Satan he's the one that can surveil the entire planet and everything. He can give that authority to his people. And then they can play it out on earth. And then they can hire somebody to play their character on earth. And then that person can subcontract to another sucker contractor that takes the deal, takes the bargain, and again, that's the final. The third's not a charm. So what if nobody knew that Jonathan Kleck and his twin, that it's a male and a female, but one theory, for those that do know, we're both female. We're twins. But I think the greatest trick of mankind, and if it's not in a Hollywood movie, I'm sure it will be, is Lucifer comes down from heaven as a dude like Adam and his sister Eve, because in the beginning God created Adam and Eve and they slept with each other and they created babies, and then those babies slept with their babies, and then the father slept with the daughter and the mother slept with the mom. They created their babies, and they made man and woman, and they multiplied. So what if Lucifer was the male child of the twin, and Eve was the harlot that was eventually redeemed, but she went whoring out with all the people in Hollywood, but nobody knew that there was a seventh and of the eighth, because the male was always known and the woman wasn't, kind of like hidden, like under the wing or something, hidden, a place prepared somewhere else. And so Lucifer, with the plan of getting people to do the surgery, he's coming down. Yeah, he introduces himself to everybody. They get to know him. He's a cool dude and everything. And then it's time for the transformation. It's time to be crucified upside down. And the crucifixion has everything to do with your manhood, inverting it. So because he has a twin sister, after they did that thing, then the sister is the harlot, so she goes sleeping with the people behind closed doors, and then they know that, it's or they are actually thinking that it's a transgender man, and the trick is that, it's really just a woman, and you're not even committing a homosexual act, but you were tricked into thinking you were. I mean, that's even brilliant as well. You're thinking that the trick goes so deep that Lucifer is tricking you into believing that you're sleeping with him. Number one, you're not. And to think that you're sleeping with him as a man, being a transgendered woman, but you're really sleeping with a woman. And that's so gay for you, because you thought you were sleeping with a man and it's really a woman. I just want my royalty checks from the movie. That's all. Just give me credit for where you've never thought of it before. Or I'm dead on and that's exactly what's going on. So either way, it's a win-win. If my interpretation guess is not right, then at least it makes for a damn good movie. So Lucifer gets people tricked into believing that they're sleeping with him, but it's really his sister. And his sister is an identical twin, has hair and everything, facial hair, beard and stuff. And he gets all of Hollywood to believe it, the lie. And they all go and do it. And then there's people that get raptured up as the bride, or they got raptured up. And there's people that need to get raptured up again. They're expecting to get raptured up again. But they have a surprise waiting for them. And then what he does, what Lucifer does as the male, he's not really like the woman Eve, the sister. She already did her thing with everybody, and so she can basically go back. She can basically like go back in hiding. And then Lucifer, the man, he's the one that he gets up in front of the screen and he says all the things. Because at one point, Lucifer is posing as a woman. But he's going to hire somebody also to play him. And because you can't really know that he's Satan on earth, you have to trick the people that work underneath of you in order to get them to turn to God, because you are the one that's supposed to lead the worship in heaven, but you got to trick a lot of people and then get an audience to watch and be witnesses. So he hired somebody else to be Lucifer. But this Lucifer is an actual woman, but has the mask of a man. And so that Lucifer is acting as if it's just a single man, and then that Lucifer hires a subcontractor that plays the part who is an actual man and is playing that part on earth as Lucifer. But at some point, you're going to have to get the surgery done, because you can see that the woman playing Lucifer is a woman, and Mary, the one that's the harlot, the mother of harlots, you can see that she's a woman as well, because guys have had sex with her. It's just that you know that it is, but it's not who you think it is. So it's all about tricking people, God's angels. That way, people can be like, "Oh, dude, Click, he's nobody. He ain't nobody." No, it's Derek. Derek, you need to watch out for Derek. Don't even worry about Click. Click's he's not part of the twin dragon, Satan serpent, that old devil. I sure hope he isn't the old serpent. I hope he's the I hope he's the same old serpent. I just don't hope he's the old serpent, because that means if he's that old serpent, then it means that he's no longer this. No, it means he's an old man serpent. Oh, okay, right. No, it means that old serpent, because you're used to a certain serpent, but that's the old serpent. There's a new serpent coming into town, and that new serpent has been reborn again, like a caterpillar in a cocoon, turning into a butterfly. And the only time you're going to see the butterfly is the day that you see that your boss gets up in front of you and says, like Peter, he starts telling you. And then you all say, well, what must we do then? Because there's nothing, once you get Satan on earth to see the truth and understand it, and he has a great following, which is the entire planet, he gets the witnesses to see that first. So he's going to tell you the truth. Now, is Satan going to draw in some of the events that take place, like details? Because I'm telling you, the second 9/11 isn't something anybody's dying from. It's all miracles, signs, and wonders. It's all miracles, signs, and wonders. It's very well set up that they know to get everybody out. And just like the first 9/11, they knew what to do to get people, the first responders. First responders that we've learned from, you know what they are. You see them first on TV, and they all have something to say. Yeah, that's it, say. And they all look like they're just saying what's on the top of their mind, because I'm sure it's not something that was written down that they're looking at as they're saying what they're saying, explaining what they've seen. So we know that the first responders are those. Algorithm can't get me for what I'm explaining with what it is, and AI can't detect it, but you know damn well what I'm talking about. That's called talking in tongues. That's a minor little example. If you know what I'm talking about, you know the name, well then that's what talking in tongues is. What I'm doing is talking in tongues to the people that run the planet. It just gets easier and easier and more rewarding, because you continually know the truth. And you know that the Spirit of God is already in these people, and they're enjoying it. You guys are enjoying it because the end is coming to all of it, and you don't even have to kill anybody. And that feels good, because you really didn't feel like slaughtering everybody, but you know you have a trick into making it seem like the world is coming to an end, which it is for those that are loving this world and everything in it, and all the money and all the glory and all the power, all the recognition that you get, for all the access you get to go wherever you need to go. You're able to just do whatever, take it to the highest mountain, and say, yes, I will accept it as a group. Well, that Lucifer is returning back as the son that is coming back to the Father, because he tried to do it his way. I mean, that's what ADIDAS is all about. I did it my way. Fell from heaven, literally, skydived, hired people to play me. They hired someone to play him. There's a scapegoat everywhere. The wounded head. No, your head's wounded. You're going to have to disappear now and hire someone else and make it seem like that person is the second beast rising up from the earth, when it's not. It's just a temporary abide in time election